Hi, my name is Abdusam Ahmed and this is a follow-up video from our last video in which we talked briefly about what SAT is and its purpose. So in this video I'm going to talk about how you should approach and plan your SAT day. So the first thing that you should be thinking about is your target score. What score do you want to get and how do you know what score do you want to get? You want to research about the universities and colleges that you want to apply to and the specific program that you want to apply to, and then look at the average scores of the candidates who got in. uh, if you talk about US universities or other global universities, in the case of LUMS or IBA, I'll be talking about what they specifically look for. So LUMS looks at your application holistically, much in line with global admission patterns, and it basically does not outline a particular SAT score that you need to get in order to get in. But over the years, some things that we have observed is that they look at two components of your application very closely, and that is your O level grades and your SAT score. So if you have straight A's in your O levels, 8 A's in your O levels, you can have a relatively lower SAT score around 1100 to 1150 and still get in. On the other hand, if you do not have straight A's, if you have around 5 6 A's and or even lower than that, you will need a higher SAT score to compensate. You will need an SAT score around 1300 to 1350 or even higher, depending on the cycle that you are applying in. Okay, so now that you know your target score, what you want to do is you want to determine what and where you are standing right now. So you want to know, okay, what is your current competency level? If you give SAT tomorrow, what will your score be? And how far will that score be from your target score? And the best way to do that is to do a diagnostic test. And it is advisable to do this diagnostic test in as realistic time frame and environment as possible. So you should be taking the time that you would be allowed on the test day, and you should be giving it in an environment that mimics the environment on your SAT uh, test center. So after you are done with your diagnostic, you will know exactly how many points you need to improve in order to get to your target score. And that is where you realize what form of preparation regime you need to adopt in order to get there. So now it is very here it gets a little murky, and it is not very clear, and it is not the same for every candidate, but I'll be talking generally. If you have a 200 to 250 point difference from your target score or even higher than that, you'll probably need to take instruction based courses, and if you have a difference lower than that, you'll probably be good to go with a self-study regime. And the reason uh, that that I say this is because you can break down your preparation, your SAT preparation, into two components. The first is uh, familiarization with the type of questions that come on your SAT, and the second is competency adjustment, in which you learn the topics, in which you learn and you build concepts that are tested on SAT. So for most people, uh, co- conceptual learning not is limited, is very limited in a scope, because most of the things that are tested on SAT are things that you have already encountered at some point in your academic career. But for others, their competencies are different. They have different strengths, and especially if you struggle in the English part, you will probably need to build or enhance your strengths in order to improve your score significantly. Now, when I said that if you have a 200 to 250 point gap, you might need to go for a instruction based course. This is relative. For example, if you have a 450 in one section, it is easier to get to a 600 versus if you have a 600 and you want to get to 700 or 750, that is relatively more challenging. So, depending on what your target score is, you should be thinking about how best to approach it. And in this video, I have generally talked about what you might what a reasonable pathway for your preparation might be, but obviously it will vary a lot from candidate to candidate. So that is it for this video. If you have special personal queries, feel free to reach out to us. Apart from that, we have introductory session on 15th August, which is next Sunday, and it is absolutely free to attend. So feel free to join us. We'll be sharing the link to sign up in this video. Thank you for your time.